Hi YouTube, this is JTrain997 and I'm back this time with my review of the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra Jungle Viper, the Cobra Jungle Trooper. Now, this is of course our army builder for Wave 2. It looks like every series in Pursuit of Cobra is giving us one solid army builder. First was obviously the Alley Viper, second is the Jungle Viper, third will be the Shock Trooper, and so on. But this guy looks fantastic in packaging. As you can tell, he's got an immense amount of accessories. His high-tech, I think this is supposed to be a ghillie suit, is really taking up a lot of the packaging. He's also got his base, his rifle, which looks to be broken up into multiple pieces, a handgun, what looks to be a stand for his rifle, and I know his goggles are in here somewhere, or his targeting system. I can't seem to find them. But yeah, just completely crammed in here with accessories, which is always a great problem to have. Up here, your same old spiel about G.I. Joe. He's obviously from the Jungle Assault. And his file card says, Jungle Vipers are Cobra Troopers with special training as silent marksmen. Their opti-camo ghillie suits have digitized camouflage blades which make them disappear from any detection devices. They also use multi-visual imaging systems that give them wide visual displays of surrounding territory. Mission equipment, Skulker JS high-powered Jungle Series Marksman Rifle. So I was right. It is a kind of a high-tech ghillie suit. But a fantastic looking figure. Let's pull this bad boy out of the packaging. And here we have the Jungle Viper out of packaging. Quite an impressive figure. As you can see, the barrel of the rifle alone is pretty big. Not to mention all the parts of the ghillie suit that all interconnect and fit together. And I mean, overall, this is just a fantastic looking figure. Now, I'm sure that a lot of people out there might be wondering how all this fits together, and I am going to show you. This is what your basic Jungle Viper looks like stripped down. Before you put any of his gear on him. He does have two guns, one in a holster up here, one in an ankle holster down here. And as far as articulation, because it's going to be really hard to do it once he's in his full gear, his head does a full 360, up and down. Arms go out, do a full 360, bend at the elbow, spin at the wrist. Would move a little bit more, but they're a little bit hindered by the pack he's wearing down here at the abdomen. And once again, the vest is hindering his side to side as well. Legs go out, forward, back, double joint at the knee, and have an ankle joint. So, your standard articulation for a G.I. Joe figure. And of course, your standard base for a G.I. Joe figure. So let's actually get this guy plugged onto his base. And we'll start looking at all his various gear. On a quick note, real quick, obviously, he's got these weird glazed out eyes. No pupils at all. So I'm guessing they did that purposely. Okay, so obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is find this piece. And pop it right back here in his back. So after that, you get one of your bigger pieces. You come over here, pop that in. Not one of his guns out of his holster. Slide that back in real quick. Of course, get the other exact same piece, just opposite side. Pop that in. Of course, get your covering for the top of his head. Go up here, pop that on. Sometimes these pieces can be a little stubborn wanting to snap on. Then you've got these two, which hook on to the top of these two pieces individually. And last but not least, the two pieces that connect to the arms themselves, which obviously are your only two remaining pieces. Where'd that other one go? Here it is. And a little bit hard to put them on his arms. I like to move. And that took a bit of doing. But your Jungle Viper is now wearing his fully assembled ghillie suit. Now, of course, every one of these points is a ball joint, which allows you to get a lot of nice poses in here. I didn't have this top one snapped on too well. Let's get that fixed real quick. And there we go. So obviously he's in a much more open pose right now. Get his arm closer in here. Hold it down, bring these in, and get all that covering down. So it closes up really well. His scope, or his little eyesights, both connect. There's little indentions in the side of his head which keep this locked on. So you simply slide those over. His rifle does come in two different pieces, but they simply connect together, as you can see here. Which, let's connect those really quick. You also do get a little stand, which if you want to, you can put down here. If you want him prone, which I'm just going to have it in his hands. And it's a very massive gun. I've already had some issues putting these guys in my display because the gun takes up so much space. And it probably is a better idea in hindsight to put the gun in first, because while it doesn't really fall off all that easy, you do have to spend some time fixing every piece whenever you move it. And there we finally have the gun in his hand. Once again, very massive rifle. Ah, crap, I knocked it out. 1 second, guys. I really want to put this gun in his hand. And boom. Hopefully that'll stay. So, you have your two full-on jungle vipers. You saw the standard articulation. Every point of the ghillie suit, of course, has an obvious ball joint. I'm really digging these figures. Yes, they're massive, but that's a very eye-catching thing in your display, and that makes them look great. I wouldn't buy too many of these if I was an army builder because they're so immense, but I picked up about 3 myself, and I'm happy with that. An amazing-looking just presentation altogether. Great articulation when everything's off. A little bit irritating when everything's put on, but it's well worth it. Just an all-around great army builder. And this is JTrain997. I highly recommend the Jungle Viper, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.